Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Friday, the 22nd of September 2023. So let's have a look at the markets for yesterday. Headlines, bloodbath in bonds, trounces tech, batters Bitcoin, banks and bullion. Real rates wrecking ball arrives. We'll have to see if this continues. US stocks extended losses as yields continued to climb in post FOMC fallout amid central bank frenzy. Both the Bank of England yesterday left rates unchanged, and also the Swiss bank as well. And I think the Bank of Canada the day before as well. I think may have reached the peak for the time being. Economic news today. We've got retail sales from the UK at 7 a.m. and then it's flash day. So a lot of volatility can be created. Very short bursts of it though, of these news items when they're released. So just as a heads up there, that's what can happen. Okay, let's kick off, have a look at the Dow and see what happened during yesterday. So in the daily chart, we've traded down to the 34.023. As I mentioned this yesterday, it would be an area where the market's likely to find support, and we're seeing that on the overnight at the moment. However, if prices break yesterday's low, then we've got the 200 MA in the way here for the market to go down to. In the 30-minute chart, we moved lower yesterday, and then Bank of England reports, and then you can see the effect that this had later on, what with the FOMC meeting minutes and the US keeping rates unchanged on Wednesday evening. We can also see that the add-on of the Bank of England, Swiss bank, etc. moved the markets lower. You see that we're above yesterday's low at the moment. The markets found some support here twice. It depends whether it will hold, if the market can get above the DP and the 50 MA, but it's starting to look a bit negative already. The market's got a bit of a classic dead cat bounce, so we're already overbought, and like I say, we've got the resistance there as well of the BRN. In the German DAX, we have a similar picture to the Dow in that recent lows have been retested. You can see there 15.468. And also you'll see there's a defined channel, isn't there, in this market between these ranges, 16,062 and 15,000 and let's say 468. Also note that we're dropping down a bit when we retrace the high. So if we get a retracement, you'd want to make sure that it broke that resistance. But at the moment we're down, same as the Dow. We've got the 30 minutes chart there showing the market's accepted that the low is okay at the moment. We don't want to go any lower than this, and they'll do whatever they can to keep this market moving higher. Yesterday morning they moved the markets higher. The market then moved down in anticipation of the rate hike, which didn't come, and then the market bounced on this, but then it succumbed to the downside there. In the S&P, same thing. We're looking at the support to the left. We did actually trade through it quite a bit, but it's trying to hold, and also is trading above the low at the moment on the overnight. Again, you can see how important these areas of support are. If we break the lows, though, convincingly, then the market will move down. But over the last week, the market has done its damnedest to try and bounce off the lows each day, which has been interesting. But the S&P down in the morning, and then we've got the holding, and then in the last half an hour, the market just falling out of bed. In the FT100, the market responding to the unchanged interest rate from Bailey, still above the 89% retracement at the moment, just by a tick there or two, trying to hold, but it's starting to look as well a bit top heavy there. Yesterday morning, the market moving sharply. We can see the announcement of the interest rate. Market up, retraces 62% and then back down, and again sitting on the low. So the lows are paramount today for all of these markets. They're all exhibiting the same price action at yesterday's low. They know if they break that, then the market's likely to move lower. US dollar still sideways to higher, down a bit yesterday, but up on the overnight. So let's have a look at the impact on the metals market following this. So yesterday, it looks wild in silver for yesterday. The market up on the overnight as well, trying to get back above the 3 averages. Maybe the dynamic in the market with the unchanged interest rates now are going to allow the market to move higher, because if there's no rate increase, then that's poor for the dollar, because your currency likes to see rate increases. So we could see a bounce to the upside. We've got a defined range in the silver market, which you can see there. So if we just drag this out, we could stay in this for a while, but I'm still convinced that any sort of disaster will see silver being hammered, just as it was in 2020 with the COVID, when they dropped it down to $13, just took advantage of it and hammered it. So yesterday, a bit of a reprieve for silver, moving up. We moved down to start with, and then they brought the market back in again. Asian market, unlike the stock market, is actually above the high. Let's have a look at the gold market. This a bit more lackluster. We've got the situation in silver that we had a few weeks ago, where it took off, and then we saw the gold-silver ratio drop and then increase again when the market fell out of bed over the last few weeks, and now we're trying to move back to the top of that channel, as I've mentioned. But gold is not above its Wednesday high, or Thursday high I should say, there, and you can see that the high is up there. Overnight we're up with Asia, but if you look there, we're down to the S2. A lot of buying down at this level yesterday, market retracing, oversold, and then moving to the upside to the overbought situation there. So yeah, the market's moving as probably anticipated, I would have thought, and it'll be interesting to see what happens during today, that's for sure. So a quick look at the gold-silver ratio. You can see exactly the same thing as we're seeing in the silver chart, where we've got that traded range and the market coming back down towards that lower end of 78. So that's if it's allowed to, of course. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, that will do it for this one. Remember, the flash news is out today. Have a great weekend, and I will see you in Monday's edition. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.